Hello students, today you are going to learn concept learning. In this video I am going to teach you what is concept learning as a search, and what is hypothesis space, everything about it. So let me start with what is concept learning. Concept learning is inferring a Boolean variable to the target function, inferring a Boolean variable to a target function. So what happens here is, let us consider a task of enjoying sport. Like I want to go and play water sport and I want to enjoy the sport. Now I am considering this favorable days. I am taking 4 favorable days, and there are attributes which I have to look at before fixing my target. So the attributes are sky, air temperature, then wind, humidity, water, and forecast. So based on this, all these 6 attributes, your target will be classified, whether you will go and play or will not. So the first day we consider the sky is sunny, and the air temperature is normal, the wind is also strong, humidity is normal, water is warm, forecast same, and the target is yes, you can go and play. The sky is sunny, air temperature normal, wind is strong, humidity normal, water is warm, and forecast is same. You can go and play. Next we take another day. Sky is sunny, air temperature is warm, and wind is also strong, humidity is high, water is cool, and forecast is same. And if this is the case, again I'm going to play, because the sky is sunny, we don't care about the air temperature, it is warm, and wind is strong, humidity is high, water is cool, and we go. Now sky is rainy, air temperature is normal, wind is cool, humidity is normal, water is cool, and forecast is change. No. And next again, enjoy sport. Sky is sunny, air temperature normal, wind is cool, humidity is normal, water is warm, forecast change, but you go and play. Yes. Okay, so it is just we are classifying the target variable, whether you're going to play a game or not. So here when you see this, so these are called as instances. Yes, I'm going to teach you about notation. These are called as instances. Yes, and each one of these is called as attributes. And then this is not an attribute. These 6 are the attributes. And this is your target, which is mentioned by C. And the whole set is defined as D. D is a set of training examples. D is a set of training examples. Got it? Yeah. Now I want to teach you about what is an hypothesis space, what is a specific hypothesis, what is from a hypothesis space, and in that specific hypothesis and general hypothesis. So hypothesis is a theory. Hypothesis is a theory or a set of examples. They form the hypothesis space H. And specific hypothesis and general hypothesis. To explain this, I am going to take the case of a case of ordering a cheeseburger, ordering any food. So when you order any food, if in the case if I'm going to order a burger, I'm going to order a burger. So if I say give me a veg burger, give me a veg sorry give me a veg burger, then if I say give me a veg burger, give me a if I say give me a veg burger, give me a veg burger. Hello students, in this video I am going to teach you about hypothesis space representation. So what is a hypothesis? It is the conjunction, it is a simple representation which includes, in each hypothesis consists of conjunction of constraints or on the instance attributes. That is, a hypothesis, I can say from the previous example, it is the combination of constraints on the instant attributes. This is how we represent a simple hypothesis. Next, it can also be defined as vector of 6 constraints which specifies the values. So now in the case of enjoy sport, if I consider hypothesis H1, I can define H1 as a vector of 6 constraints like sky is sunny, air temperature is high, humidity is normal, wind is strong, water is warm, and forecast is same. So it can be represented as a vector of 6 constraints which specifies the values of 6 attributes. So in this, the sun is an attribute, high is an attribute, normal, strong, warm, and same is an attribute. So this can take 3 kind of values. One is a null value, a question mark, or I can call this as a don't care. So in this, any value is acceptable. Next is a 0, a null value, like no value is acceptable. And the third one is, it requires a single specific value. So to illustrate, now let us consider any person, Aldo. Consider a person Aldo. He enjoys his sport on cold days with high humidity. So he enjoys on cold days and high humidity. So I can represent my hypothesis as, so he is not worried about the sky, but he wants the air temperature to be cool. So it is a cold day, so cold, and here he wants his humidity to be high. He doesn't want a normal humidity, and he doesn't care about other values. So this is one way of representing the hypothesis. Or I can say Aldo wants to play the water sport every day. He wants to play the water sport every day. So if it is every day, then I can represent my hypothesis as this. Okay. Or no day is a positive day. No day is a positive day. So I can represent my hypothesis as this. It's a null hypothesis. He doesn't want to play water sport. So this is how I can represent my hypothesis. And in my previous video, I told you about example notations. The set of items over which a concept is defined is called X. It is called as instance. A set of items over which the concept is defined is called set of instances. So in the current example, X is the set of possible days. Set of possible days. Like, and each possible day is represented by an attribute: sky, air temperature, humidity, wind, water, and forecast. So the concept or the function to be learned, what is the function to be learned? Whether to play the sport or not. So that is a target concept. So the target concept can be either 1 or 0. Target concept is always represented by C. It is a Boolean output and it is always represented by 1 or 0. So C colon X should be represented by 0 comma 1. So if C of X is equal to, C is the target concept, X is any possible day. If it is equal to 1, then enjoy sport is equal to X. Yes. If C of X is equal to 0, then enjoy sport. He doesn't want to play sport. So when learning the target concept, which is to predict the day in which Aldo enjoys the sport, the learner is presented with a set of training examples, each consisting of instance X along with the target concept. That is, you train your model with all the data along with, if this is the case, if the sky temperature, if the sky is sunny, air temperature is warm, humidity is high, water is cool, wind is strong, and forecast is same, then we can play the sport. So you also give the answer and you train the model. So the model gets trained, and if you test the model with any of the combination of the 6 attribute, it has to tell whether he can play the sport or not. So the instances for which, that is the days, instances are the days, possible days or favorable days. So in those instances for which C of X is equal to 1, we call them as a positive example. We call them as a positive example. If C of X is equal to 0, then I call that as a negative example. Negative example. So what I can do is I can write it as an ordered pair like X comma C of X to describe the training example. X comma C of X. So X is the instances and the target value is C of X. And I have told you already, D is the set of training examples. So when you give the training examples, if the target concept is C, the problem faced by the learner is to hypothesize or estimate. You estimate the target concept. So in general, the H in H is a Boolean valued, defined over X. So H colon X is to 0 comma 1. So the goal of the learner is to find, the objective is to find the hypothesis such that the hypothesis should be found in such a way that H of X is equal to C of X. That is, the hypothesis should match the target concept for all X in X. This is hypothesis representation. And next is the inductive learning hypothesis. So inductive learning hypothesis in inductive learning hypothesis, what we do is, it is to find the target function over a sufficiently large set of training example that will also approximate the target function over the unobserved example. So what you have to do is you have to find a model which will give a target output for the observed train. So let me continue. For the observed training examples, for the observed training examples, and also for the unobserved training example, that is called as inductive learning. Next, I'll teach you what is meant by concept learning as search. So how many hypotheses will be there? All those things I'm going to teach you now. Concept learning as search. So in this, the task is to search through a large space. So we have to search for the target concept through a large space. The goal is to find which hypothesis best fits the model. Which hypothesis best fits the model. And the designer defines the space of hypothesis that the program can ever represent, and therefore it can ever learn. So we know that instances are represented by X and hypothesis by H. Hypothesis by H. Now, sky has three possible values. Like cloudy, sunny, and rainy. And air temperature, wind, water, forecast, and humidity. They all can take two values. So how I can write is number of instances will be equal to 3 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. So this will account to 96 instances. So for this 96 instances, each instant it can take two possible values. It can be either the don't care condition, or it can be null hypothesis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add plus 2 with all this. So 3 plus 2 is 3 plus 2 dot 2 plus 2 dot 2 plus 2 2 plus 2 dot 2 plus 2 dot 2 plus 2. So it is equal to 5 dot 4 dot 4 dot 4, which will be equal to 5120 syntactically. It is called a syntactically distinct hypothesis. And if the hypothesis consists of one or more zero to represent the empty hypothesis, now I can say there is one specific hypothesis always. So what I'm going to do, instead of adding 2 to this, I'm going to add 1. So 3 plus 1 dot 2 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 plus 1. So this will amount to 4 dot 3 dot 3 dot 3 dot 3 dot 3, which is equal to 972 hypothesis plus 1
I can learn to understand.
plus 1 null hypothesis, which will be equal to 973 semantically distinct hypothesis. So this is called as concept learning as search. Concept learning as search. So in our next video, I'll teach you what is by generic to specific ordering of hypothesis, what is yes algorithm, and candidate elimination algorithm. Thank you.